Here we have an article from the website, The Wrap, written by Andy Ortiz with the title The View hosts push back after Arnold Schwarzenegger says immigrants need to behave like a guest. So let us all just sit back and let Andy tell us how these hosts of The View pushed back on Arnold's statements.
Former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger faced a bit of pushback from the hosts of The View on Tuesday morning after he argued that immigrants to America should behave like a guest and make every effort to repay the country.
Well, so far this makes sense. Nothing very controversial there, is there? We'll let him go on.
Stopping by the ABC talk show in support of season 2 of his Netflix series Fubar, Schwarzenegger was first asked how he'd be handling the current situation in California if he were still governor. Host Joy Behar then pointed out that he was an immigrant himself at one point and wondered how his personal experiences color his view on the matter.
I can definitely bet she didn't expect the answer she was about to get. She was hoping he would side with her and say that all illegals should be able to stay here.
Schwarzenegger noted that he had a great immigration experience and remains grateful for the life he's had in America. But that said, the actor also said that immigration needs to happen the right way. The key thing also is, at the same time, that we got to do things legal, Schwarzenegger said. That is the important thing, you know?
Unfortunately, the hosts of The View, I really think, just don't know. They don't feel that being here in a legal way is that important.
At that, host Sonny Hostin appeared to try and chime in, but the actor kept going.
We all know Sunny loves to interject her nonsensical rhetoric into any conversation. But back to what Andy was saying.
You got to do things legal. And those people that are doing illegal things in America, they're the foreigners, they are not smart, Schwarzenegger continued. Because when you come to America, you're a guest. And you have to behave like a guest. Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can keep things clean and to make my bed and to do everything that is the right thing to do, rather than committing a crime or be abusive or something like that.
You can already tell they are not going to like these statements. These hosts don't like doing things the right or legal way. They only want to do it their way.
As he spoke, Hostin once again tried to weigh in, but Schwarzenegger continued still, encouraging immigrants to repay America for their better lives by doing something in their community for no money whatsoever. That encouragement earned applause from the audience, but as he finished, moderator Whoopi Goldberg jumped in to lightly push back.
I guess this was the point where Whoopi and Sonny realized they were losing their audience. They needed to instantly push back and come up with excuses for why someone didn't do it the right way. And then the lying begins. Whoopi decides to start making up stuff to justify her point.
Right, but Arnold, don't forget, there's a 90% of the people who come here are trying to do the right thing, she said. And a lot of what's happening right now is people are getting snatched who shouldn't be snatched out of the country. People who have visas, people who have all those things. So we want all the right people. We don't want people who are doing bad stuff.
Of course, she says that 90% come here are trying to do the right thing. But we know that's not true. If they wanted to do the right thing, they could have come across the border legally. The U.S. allows up to 1 million Mexican nationals into the U.S. to become U.S. citizens each year. As for people with visas being snatched out of the country, you must remember that being on a visa still has requirements that you must adhere to. If you violate those rules or requirements, you can be deported immediately. But wait, there's more. Sunny didn't want to be outdone by Whoopi's stupidity. She had some of her own false facts.
Following Whoopi's thoughts, Hostin finally got an opening to voice her opinion, pointing out a key statistic. They are less likely, immigrants are much less likely to commit crimes in this country than actually American-born citizens, she said.
Now look how Sunny phrased this. Immigrants are much less likely to commit crimes in this country than actual American born citizens. Well, that's actually true if you don't include illegals. See, an immigrant could be somebody who's legal. An illegal immigrant is less likely to commit a crime. But illegals are 4 times more likely to commit a crime than someone who's a legal U.S. citizen. Conflating illegals with legal immigrants is something the left loves to do. It's kind of like when they don't include Asians when talking about oppressed people of color because they're too successful as a group. These lies, omissions, and misdirections are what the left does. whether it's changing the meaning of a word to fit their definition, or use a statistic about legal migrants when the conversation is about illegal migrants. Lying is what they do best. Thanks for listening to my rant today. And please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my content.